Hello and welcome to Nana's Crafty Home. My name is Tanya. Today's tutorial is going to show you how to make a knotted fringe. This fringe can be added to any project if you want to add it to a blanket or a scarf. As you can see here, and this free pattern for this scarf is going to be coming to the blog here in just a few days. If you want to learn how to add fringe to a project, I do have a complete tutorial you can check out via the link below in the description. I do want to recommend that if you are adding this knotted fringe to a project, you're going to want to start with a longer fringe than you might normally. For this project, for the scarf, I am using yarn strands that are 12 inches long because when you create your tassel, those are folded in half, and then you need to have a long enough strand so that you can knot them together. Let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start in a corner. And your corners, your ends are going to be a little bit different than the rest of them. Now we're ready to go ahead and knot these fringes that I've added. So in order to knot, you would pull strands from one of the fringes, from both of the fringes, and then knot them together. On the end, if you were to just pull out 4, let's say, which is what I'm going to be doing for the rest, and 4 from this one, what would happen is you'd have these lone unknotted ends that would look kind of funny. So on each end, I'm going to take all of the 8 strands and then knot them together with these 4. So in order to do that, you take the first fringe here on the left, and then you lay those 4 strands from the second fringe, the right fringe, and lay it across the top. You're going to keep your fingers inside this loop that you're creating with this fringe. And then you're going to come around with your other hand and grab this right fringe, the bottom of the right fringe, and pull it around. Like so. You still have your fingers inside that loop. Now you're going to go ahead and bring that around and down inside that loop. And now we're going to go ahead and pull to make that second knot here. Okay, so we've made the first. Now I'm going to take the 4 strands from this fringe that I did not, and 4 strands from the fringe to the right of it. And I'm going to double knot these together using the same technique. I'm going to take my hand, put it underneath that fringe, take the right fringe and lay it across the top. Bring my second hand around and grab the bottom of that fringe and pull it around. And then I'm going to put it down the inside of that loop. And you can see it creates this little round circle here. You know you've done it right. So then you just pull on that to get that knot tight. And you've created your second double. So I have these 4 here. Take 4 from this fringe. Do the same thing. The left fringe goes over top of your hand. The 4 from the right fringe goes across. Keep your fingers in the middle. Bring your second hand over and pull that bottom fringe over, and then down through the middle of that loop. And then gently tug. You want to get those knots even so you can manipulate the knot a little bit to make sure that your double knot is keeping even with the ones you've already made. and then pull till it's tight. So we've created the next. Just continue using that same technique all the way down. Now when we get to the opposite corner, so we're at our last fringes, we're going to use the same technique we did to start. This is my last fringe on the corner, and I have the 4 strands left from that previous fringe. And I'm just going to use the same technique that I did previously on the opposite corner by using all 8 strands from this final fringe. So using the 4 from the previous one, laying those 8 across the top, pulling around, and then down through the middle of that loop. Then pull and get that last knot even with the previous ones. And tighten. So you've completed all of your fringe across the bottom of your project. It doesn't matter which corner you start from. You can work right to left, left to right. Just use the same technique on each end, using all 8 strands with 4 or half of the next. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. Thanks so much for joining me. As always, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a new video. Thanks everyone. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.